Hello and welcome back to Det Demokratiska Böhmen, where we are still following the trundling truck along the mud road here out in the middle of nowhere. The only thing out here is my crazy high voltage lines. Other than that, the landscape is completely untouched. I wonder, are there any resources out here? Is there oil, for example? No. Is there iron? Yes, there is actually quite a bit of iron there in the mountains there. Okay, is there coal? No. So the only thing existing here is iron, and I mean, we have a steel mill going at full capacity. There is no other use for iron. We can leave it alone and leave this as this place called menu button, apparently, and leave that as a national reserve. One day, when the money is good, if the money is ever good again, or we decide to dip into the pensions fund, we may pave this road. Pave, yes, this road. However, what today's agenda is to continue with the very exciting thing that is left on the table here over by Kira Rush, and I am forgetting about minding my flying here, but if I do an effort, maybe not too bad, don't think. Here we are. This is the new area with the new industry. As we clip straight through a high voltage line, yes, we have steel apparently showing up, which is a very good sign. Very good sign indeed. Don't think there's a reason to click that, because there's only the only thing that you would store in an open area around here use is steel, so I don't think anything else could end up here. Plastics. You cannot export plastics, so we have a surplus of plastics. But we're going to need plastics, don't worry. Is there? Because, I mean, while you're just sitting around there, could we get the warehouse in here? Yes, this is possible but that is one very, very expensive bit of pipeline there that I have to get. Well, that hurt very much, promise. And something like this. Yes, in order to make any use of a warehouse, you need to have a road vehicles depot connected to it if you intend to use trucks. I don't think I could snake a rail line in here to get plastics out by rail. That would probably be quite difficult. We need that, and your road connection is here, but that will only be used for fires and the like, and then maybe something else. Who knows? Maybe we want to get a bit of chemicals in here or something. If we wanted to do that, no, of course not. You apparently have lines that allow you to put out chemicals in all directions except this one. Let's not complain about that. Let's get the pipe back into the plastics factory, and let's get the warehouse built, I think. Yes, but we can do the pipeline first. That would be very expensive. Very, very, very expensive. And I think it would be cheaper if I built it less tall, but no, I am not going to build it less tall. That's just not going to happen. And before I construct that, let's go here and find that one immediately and try and get that in. Will I have to tear down more? No. I don't think so. However, I have absolutely no clue if it serves any purpose to have more than one. I don't think it does. At least when you only have one type of goods. How much is it? It's expensive. I'm going to have to be frugal here. I don't think I need it. I'm not paying for it. I'm being responsible with the economy of the Republic. And unfortunately, someone left a rather severe hill there. So, well, this one isn't that long. That will be cheap to replace. And yes, and we need to lower this. Like that. The pipe won't mind the cliff, and that won't mind either, but we do want it level with that, and yes, that will be no problem at all getting a road through here now. And roads have gotten so damn expensive, it is ridiculous. And I am getting old because I am starting to complain a lot about the price of things. Yes. And could we sneak you by here, maybe? If we can even use this tool to get you to about here. But this is solid granite or bedrock or whatever it is. It is hard stuff, apparently. And this will be... don't doubt it. Sometimes if I don't put this in here, this will not be possible to be used as a bypass. If there, for anyone, this would be a more efficient route. So I believe that I should put in this bit of road just in case. But there is no connection. I will put in a connection there sometime when the need arises. Yes, plastics warehouse done almost. Still haven't paid for anything, and I have 500,000 rubles. And so far, for pipes, I'm up to 250,000 rubles. Yes, and I still need to relay this pipe. Like that, to come over here, and something like that. And that is 500,000, and it is actually a bit more than I have. Well, let's go for it. Anyway, still, well, we need that to get... well, you still have oil in your tank, so just maybe a truck will arrive or something that will... Yes, a truck has arrived. It is finished. It is done. Fantastic. Fantastic. You are importing a bit of crops. How much crop? Certain. Absolutely certain that you are the only one importing crops. How much crops are you importing? 5,500 rubles, and we have converted that into, in the same amount of time, not the same amount of time, but $3 million. $3 million. That can also be a benchmark for inflation as we go forth here. For when we started, it was just about $2.73 million, I believe, and that was a year ago or something, half a year ago. So inflation is certainly a thing here. Yes, but I am now at 0 rubles, minus 0 rubles even. But no matter. However, we do want stuff to happen. We can't sit around waiting for that. So, well, I've said it before, I've said it again. If you just say the words that den som är satt i skuld är icke fri, and maybe I should translate that term, it means that he who is in debt is not free. And famous words, of course, I am not sure who was the originator of the term, but it was used by the, we want to be really specific here, yes. It was used by the Prime Minister Göran Persson of Sweden, of Konungariket Sverige, to motivate stealing money out of the pensions funds to pay off the debt of state. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That will do. 6 is the limit for what we care about. I should not have done that. Now I will have to go through here and click. Oh, and you, for some reason that made you auto-build for rubles. That means that this will take quite a while and I will be at 0 rubles. That will probably have some serious implications to my republic, to our republic. However, the plastics factory is going at 100% and it is filling up here rather quickly. Do we need all this plastics? Do we need it? I don't know. Here, there are no workers, and you have managed to gather 0.83 tons of electrical components for as long as you've been going. What do we have parked here? We have a plastics truck and a chemicals truck. And you're not using it because you have no workers. Okay then. Well, I am pretty sure that that can be arranged. Wouldn't it, though, be lovely to have something going here? Or no, we don't have the money. We don't have the money. The pensions fund is for the pensions, only for emergencies and projects which cannot wait. And this is certainly not such a... People can sit a little longer on the bus. Unfortunately, buses are, of course, paid for with dollars. Yes, and at this particular time, the station with the most workers is by far that one. So, by random coincidence and choice, go there. And no, let's not bother with the waypoints. I'm sure he will find his way here and go. But that is a bit strange, though, because, well, maybe workers can get from... Yes, of course, that bus stop is also supplying the plastics factory, while only this bus stop is supplying the electrical components factory. Here is a train which is for... What is this? Do we have a... No, we don't have a snarl up. We just have a lot of traffic. We just have a lot of traffic. I'm going to take my time here and smell the roses a bit and look at my Soviet railway with some American elements untangle itself. And hope to remember you, because you are going to the train depot and getting another wagon. However, the plan was, I have a depot far out there over the viaduct. But over there I do not have any tanker wagons stored. Those are back at the refinery. And I do not have any rubles available to buy myself any wagons out there. As we can plainly see, this was not a snarl up, it was just a lot of traffic. And it is taking its time, but hence buffers in industries. I really wish I could get lower to the ground, developer, please. And have a point of view camera on the train. That would be great. Which you could use your mouse to look around with, please. That's a small thing, and I think it would be rather easy to do. Just place the camera there and have it go. And you can press Q and E here to go up and down with the camera. Yes, I digress. I really do digress. The short oil train has still only gotten to here. There's a coal train. But I don't believe that this causes any issues or holdups anywhere, since we do have so much buffers. I think that we are completely fine. The businesses affected would be the oil industry and the steel industry. Because both export of steel and import of the resource of coal happens via this line, and everything regarding oil happens with this line, except for one raw source of petroleum that is coming in from the other side of the refinery, the other side of the republic. But everything that is exported out of that refinery goes through here, and everything that the food is made out of, that the bread that we eat is made out of, the grain goes through here. Some of the food, but the bulk of the food certainly leaves from here. Why is there a red truck coming out of a food cargo station? Don't know, don't care. And about you, to get this train here, to get him into the depot by the oil power plant, I still don't have any rubles, so I can't buy a wagon out there. I would have to wait until it gets up. I can't turn him around here, because that is single-way track. I would have to wait until he gets up to this block. And when he gets here, I can turn him around and tell him to go to the depot. And, I mean, we cannot sit around waiting for him to get up here. It will take a while to get through this traffic jam, after all. Still, there's another one, and that is going the right way to be immediately sent to, well, immediately. Ideally, you would first go do your thing here, but no, not realistic to manage. Not realistic to manage. We want the oil refinery, which is this way. Please don't crash. What are you doing, game? Thank you for not crashing. There we go. We have a lot of stuff in there, actually. And I believe I have one that is... What? First things first. You go here. And who are you people? What are you doing? What are you? You're taking fuel from here and you're going to Vraska with it. Wasn't Vraska supposed to be only for bitumen? Have I been over this before? It certainly seems familiar. But I think that you can go. Yes. No reason sitting around. We have plenty of space available on the railway, as we've clearly seen. And you are now heading for the depot, aren't you? No? No, of course not. But you are just right now heading into this block. Thank you. And I will, to be safe and to not waste our time any more than necessary, pause just this. Not once, but just this time I click here. And let's see. Are you? Yes. You have gone far enough into the junction that you will be able to turn around and everything will be good. You will make it there eventually. It will take you... I don't know. The pace is really nice with this game, so It's the 11th of June, and we will not be around to see when he arrives or anything, but I keep getting sidetracked. No, I don't. That was a mission and a petition from the good people of the Republic. Yes, that I was taking care of. I had apparently not fixed all trains. I followed up on it. I did not forget about the trains. But how much plastic do we have here now? 37%, 42 tons. What the hell am I going to do with 42 tons of plastic? How much is it worth? How much is it worth? Prices on the global market. Plastics. 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 Where are you? There you are. $10,500 per ton. Wow. That is, well, it's not chemicals territory, but it's not far off. And it doesn't seem that expensive to make. I mean, it uses a lot of chemicals, but chemicals I got. I have oil, I have workers, not enough workers apparently. Why is there a lack of workers here? I mean, we are sourcing the workers from the greatest city in the Republic, after all, the great city of Kirarush. Do we not have enough buses coming down here, maybe? One has just left, and it's 42 people working there. Okay, and here, 58. You don't have chemicals. And there's not enough people here. You have oil, you will have all the crops you will need. We need to get more people into the chemicals plant. For sure. But there seem to be plenty of people around. So let's just put another bus in there. 2 maybe even. After all, it is a working place of 500 people, and I have 2 buses, I'm sure. I have 2 buses going down there. And now I have 3. Let's see, was I correct? No, I now have 4 buses going down here. Well, I guess they are unlucky then with the timing of when people feel like it is slow building a road by burning coal. Real slow. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Meanwhile, let's get this stuff and let's get it built with dollars. And yes. But yes, we're not really in a rush with that bit of road, so that can, whenever a closer or whatever truck arrives, it will get done. You are slowly churning out your electrical components. What then do we do with electrical components? I have no idea, actually. Absolutely no idea whatsoever. But that is something that we will explore in the next installment of a visit to Det Demokratiska Böhmen. And with the what should we call this? The petrochemical industry in the foreground. And with the sun rising and with Kirarush in the background, I say thank you so very, very much for watching, and good morning.